Hey, it's Chuck here, back with this month's Hawthorne Village report for July 2011. And the whole reason I started doing this video is to really, it's almost like I want to sit down beside you and review this together. And even though that may not be possible, I really want to give you a sense of what I see when I look at these numbers and give you a bit of a sense and a perspective of what else is going on. So when you look at the report, what we really define as the Hawthorne Village from this report, we didn't include some of the brand new Vista stuff. We've got the things south of Derry on the escarpment. We also have Coates Crossing, some of the first and second phases Mattamy built. I just find the stats aren't as reliable when you're looking at stuff that people are selling with no appliances, no window coverings, no fencing. It's just a little bit easier when there's some actual history behind these properties. Our team is myself, my wife, and we also have Jennifer, who is a full-time licensed agent, and we've also got Jenna, who's a full-time administrator. So it's a nice team. It's a good size. We do things the right way on our team. The next page is just a word of caution, just the fact that raw information sometimes can be dangerous. It's a good idea to have some interpretation there, and so that's really the big benefit of getting somebody involved at the phase when you're ready, is to actually say, okay, well, what does this mean to me? So the report's general, give you an idea, but it's not the whole story. This graph tends to be a pretty important graph. We reference it a lot in our everyday life, and so it's the average monthly selling price, and we've looked at it from the last 8 years. Obviously this top graph is this current year, 2011, and it's tracked right up till the end of June. At the end of this month, we're going to do another video next month, and so you can see, I mean, if somebody said to you, guess what's going to happen in July, what do you think, like, given the last 8 years? I mean, it's pretty obvious, it's probably going to be down here somewhere. Now, that can be caused by two things. Number one is it can be that there's a real price difference. There's a supply and demand issue where prices are declining, or it can be sometimes that the smaller homes are selling more frequently. And my experience, anecdotally, is that it's a combination of both. So when you watch the news or when you read the newspaper for the next month or two, I see it every year. You're going to see someone saying the real estate market's slowing down. And so just remember what I told you in this video, is that it's a normal cycle. It can actually be a really good thing if you're looking to buy another home. Sometimes trading homes, the market being down a bit, can help you a lot. You may lose a bit of money on your home, but you actually gain that plus more by the difference in the sale price on the one that you actually purchase. Okay, so anyhow, normal cycle. We're not anticipating any surprises. The interesting question I'm getting a lot now is, do I sell now or do I wait for the fall? And I think that comes down a lot to the amount of competition that you have. There's still buyers looking for most of these price ranges. The stuff above 600 is really slow right now. But I mean, more the entry point stuff, like each 100,000 is almost a different market. Even 50,000 is a different market. Like 450 to 5 is different than 4 to 450. But anyhow, I think the bottom line is you look and you say, can I get what I want now? Because the future is really unknown, and there's a lot of variables that can affect that. What if interest rates change? I mean, people have talked about it for months and months and months. I don't anticipate anything happening in September, but you never know. There's all kinds of reasons. There's all kinds of factors out of your control that can cause big differences. Or what if you list in September and 4 or 5 other models just like yours are for sale? That may not be the right time. And one thing I have found over the years is that the more pressure you have, the more fear is present, the worse your decisions are. So if you can even buffer yourself with a little bit more time, it's not such a bad thing. This graph is excellent for figuring out when, if your new home is closing, if you bought a new home, when's the right time to list it. Okay, so that's another factor that probably goes beyond this video, but it is definitely something that can help you make good decisions. Okay, so just going quickly, not a lot of differences between the stuff the stats that we've seen the last few months. Basically, townhomes, 29 listed, 29 sold. So it's not a matter of if you're going to sell, it's what you're going to sell for. And I find there's a lot of agents out there that are listing stuff for the same price as the property that just sold in 2 days. So why wouldn't you do X price plus a little bit more? See if you can stretch the boundaries. Let the market take that through, especially if you're not competing against a lot and you've done a good job getting it ready. I see a lot of people, in my eyes, leaving money on the table there. Okay, so semi-detached, same thing, 14 listed, 14 sold. Nice tight percent of list. But detached homes are a lot different, 64%. You can see that it's hovered anywhere from 40 to about 65% in the last couple months. Detached homes are a different animal, and it's important to recognize that. And that goes along with what I talked about before. The 6 to 7, even the 5 to 6 can be tricky right now. As you get higher, it gets slower and slower and slower. You can see that the year-to-date stats are about 65% between the number of sales compared to the number of listings. You can see the average and median price. And so the median is even fueled by the lower price ranges. 18 days on the market, 99% of list price. Okay, so some nice things that people have said about us. I think really, in absence of meeting us in person, I hope that these words carry you through and give you a sense of really our values and what we're about. And the whole idea with our team is we really try and lead with the giving hand. I mean, there's not everybody that would prepare a report like this, do a monthly video, and I think it just speaks to the fact that we really care about you making good decisions early in the process, and that helps you out later. There's a bunch of homes that certainly are competition. Again, that's the main reason we put these in here, is so you can see what else is for sale in the neighborhood, maybe get a rough idea of what your home might be worth. But keep in mind too that list price and sale price can be completely different. Could be less, it could be more. There's any number of things that can happen. Okay, so there's about 11 pages of that in the report. We've got the PDF on the page right here for you. And this is the page that we're looking at. HawthorneVillageReportOnline.com is actually where you go to get all this information. You're probably there if you're watching this video. And then the last thing is there's 3 easy next steps. If you want us to come over and check out your house, give you an idea of what it can be worth, and even guarantee to sell it in 60 days or less, then you can do that with our pinpoint price analysis. You can ask us to come over. We've got a 16-page book called a room-by-room review book, and I would say on average people are making at least a couple $1,000s just from the advice that we give them in that book. And then the third thing, I've got an email list of about 6,200 people. I've got hundreds of past clients in town in Milton, and we have the opportunity, we usually do it 3 or 4 times a year, where we find the buyer for a listing that we haven't even listed yet. And so if you tell us a bit more about your house, we'll keep it on our radar, and I might have a buyer we're already working with. I would say on average our team works with about 20 to 30 buyers at a time, and there's a big opportunity there to make that happen for you. Could save you time, could save you money, and that's basically the report. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you back next month with another Hawthorne Village, I guess, market update. Okay, see you then. Bye.